like I said, I do know this next one. I do
You
know
do
this
know
next
this
one.
next one.
This next one is Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
I briefly owned an Xbox One. Here's a little story about my Xbox One.
Sure.
So I will not say exactly for names because I still work for this company. But when we were rolling out a huge software program to fleet-wide.
Yep.
And that's the reason that I lived in Austin for about a year. We were in Phoenix.
Okay.
And we realized that Dave & Buster's had okay food.
Yep.
But we also realized that when you bought the food and you bought a game ticket mixed with a meal, it never said anything about a play card. And of course we're having to submit our receipts. And of course our corporate cards cover food. But I don't think they covered the other stuff. But
no.
Again, the receipt doesn't say anything.
Okay.
So, needless to say, we went there every day for dinner and lunch, me and somebody else. And we found out this one ball drop game, like we timed it, where you could hit jackpots nonstop.
Yep.
2.5 weeks, I walked away with an Xbox One. And my buddy walked away with a PS4. Because the other thing was what we did, and we were smart about this. We went and ate every day and just banked our cards. Because on Wednesday, it was half-price games. So Wednesday was the day where they're like, hey, the other two people on our team were like, you want to go eat? And we're like, nah, we got shit to do. So we would go and we would just sit there. There was two of them. We would sit right next to each other. We just drop the ball. Drop the ball. Drop the ball.
That is insane. I love hearing about how stumble upon their games and their consoles and shit like that. That's probably one of the best stories.
Yes. So the last day, and
it's
literally
such shitbaggery that it's so
the last day I was like eating the food and I legitimately threw up in my mouth because the food's good. But think about it, for 2.5 weeks, the same food over two meals a day. And they have a diverse menu. But usually I'm just like, let me get them chicken strips. Yeah. I'm just like chicken strips. But yeah. Megavision says live hot tier action. But yeah, that story's not over. I then sold that system to another coworker for $200.
Did you even play it?
No, I didn't even open it.
I don't want to hear shit about this, Ted.
No, you can't get me on that. I owned it for a brief period of time. And it was the nice white version too. So yeah, man. Think about it. I had nothing on Xbox One that I wanted to keep that system for. I used that $200 to buy my Switch.
I guess that's a good investment. I guess.
But that's a hell of a console story for you right there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put this shit in C.
Here's the thing. Before you go ahead and do that, I despise my Xbox One.
Okay.
I hate the UI. I despise the Windows tile-based UI. I think it's terrible. During the early days of my Xbox One, I bought it very close to launch, under a year since its release. The first games that I had were both Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag and Assassin's Creed Unity.
So both of those that were on PS4.
Both of those games that were on PS4.
Okay.
But the issue is that when it came to updating, especially with the first gen or the first release of Xbox Ones, the updating was so finicky. I would have to shut down my Xbox, remove my fucking Ethernet cable, turn it back on, reinsert it, make sure before I reinsert the Ethernet cable, make sure that the game downloaded completely. Then insert the Ethernet cable, shut the whole fucking thing down, reboot it again just so that I can get the updates whenever they came down. And then if there was an update, it would just freeze. It would just stop whatever it was doing. It did not know how to switch processes from doing one thing to another. It was impossible. The other thing is Xbox One or the Xbox One X, while you have to give it has the first true 4K console. Okay, the
It does.
resolution on Xbox One X is fantastic.
It also has Killer
Rivaling
Instinct.
what's that?
It also has Killer Instinct.
It also has KI.
KI is real
So
good.
so those are two really strong things about the Xbox One. However, its weak first party lineup brings it down. Like the only decent first party games I can think
Halo.
of, Halo 5 Guardians, which isn't even that good of a Halo game.
No.
Gears of War 4, which isn't that good of a Gears of War game. Sunset Overdrive, which I will say underappreciated. That game is
That
fantastic.
game is great. That game looks so
Game
good.
is great.
Yeah.
And the first Titanfall, that game is outstanding.
Titanfall is super underrated. Titanfall came out in that era where like other shooters were out and people were like, Call of Duty, all that stuff. And Titanfall is a better game than those.
Yes.
But it didn't get the love it deserved.
Yep.
Titanfall 2 even better.
Yeah. I would say for the power that it has, and even the few games that it had, I'm putting this in B. I am putting this in B. I think it rates B.
I can go with it strictly because of KI. Because I love KI.
That's fun.
I love watching KI.
I can't sit here and say that the Xbox One is a failure.
No.
Just because of where it came from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I say that it's unfortunate. It's almost gotten me to the point where I am not going to buy a Microsoft product at launch for the next console generation. I'm going to wait after what happened with this, because I have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Because I can't.
The thing is with this too, we don't even have to with KI. I don't even have to buy the system. It's on PC.
Yeah.
So
and that's the other issue when it comes to Microsoft. Pretty much everything that they were saying, like, oh yeah, this game is going to be exclusive to Xbox. And after Xbox sales fell behind PlayStation, they were just like, okay, well, we need to make money. So we're going to put it on Windows, put it on the Windows Store. And overall, it's a disappointment in my book.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's a lot of people that are diehard Microsoft fans, and that's okay. Okay, I don't blame you. I have a buddy of mine, fellow Marine. He just on that Microsoft train to the day he fucking dies, and that's okay, regardless. But overall, for me, I say it's a B.
I can go with that.
I hope that they get better. I hope that they